Alright, hey there and welcome back to our Elden Ring lore playthrough. We're now going to go look for the Albinauric woman and a cave to the west of the ruins of the Lakeside, blah 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 blah. So yeah, we're leaving Lakeside ruins, and if you just hug this wall, somewhere around here, there should be a cave, and maybe this will give us some answers to this Albinauric woman, to the friggin' Halig Tree Medallion, Latena, who Albus told us about a little bit. And there's a cave. Maybe this is it, huh? Lakeside Crystal Cave. Alright, sounds solid. Lots of crystal caves in this lake place. There's a chest just hanging out right here, man. Arteria leaf. Exciting. Oh, demi-humans. Interesting. It's been a while since we've actually seen any demi-humans. The last time we really saw them was in the Weeping Peninsula. We drop ourselves down. Look at those guys. It's like a snake dude, but he has like snail stalk eyes and a shell. But it's like made out of crystals as well. Like all crystal. They're doing a kind of crystal breath thing. Very reminiscent of some of the spells from like Dark Souls. Like Seeth's Breath, I believe, or something. And I wonder, you know, as we've seen before, various creatures tend to take on aspects of their environment in this game. So I wonder if, you know, they are all crystal-y because of living in a crystal cave, and if there would be other variants to them as well. There's a lot of them right here. We're gonna fire them, maybe? Actually, he's working pretty well. I haven't even upgraded this torch at all. I'm kind of impressed at the moment how well that did. Oh, and they're doing like little... So they did more than just a breath thing, so they actually shot like actual projectiles. Huh. Alrighty, so traversing through the cave, there's nothing crazy in here. But we come out, what do we find? A Bloodhound Knight. We fought a couple of these in the past. We fought one that had a name, Darrowil, who Blythe was super upset with, and he wanted to actually like die to suffer for his crimes. We also found one outside of the academy. It was just up on the wall. Yeah, and now there's another one. Why is he here? You know, who is he, like, working with? Is he a rogue agent? Like, what's the deal, right? And he gives us a Cerulean Amber Medallion, which is pretty similar to the other one. We've gotten a couple things similar to it. We have the Cerulean Seed Talisman, and then the Amber Medallion, right? So Crimson Amber, Cerulean Amber, so sort of the same thing, just blue as well. And look how it has a different icon in the center. This one's got kind of a flowery thing with it, primordial life residing within. Still primordial life, it's just got Cerulean Amber in there. But we defeat him, and you know, it could be pretty easy to just like walk out and leave right away. But there is a path right here that if we go and we check it out, where do we find ourselves? We walk out in the open. We're on the opposite side of this side road, a western road. There's a side of grace, beautiful sunset, and there is a woman with a wolf. Now, we've seen somebody like this before in the temple quarter. All those Albinaurics were around a woman dressed exactly like this, except she was dead and just like in the center of a circle of like flowers and stuff. So who is this person? And why does she seem to have ties with Albinaurics, right? Slumbering Wolf's Shack. I'm going to collect this real quick. I feel like it's a stone sword key. Could be a rune arc too, though. It's a rune arc. Hey there.
Fell tarnished.
Oh.
What do you want?
Excuse me.
I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough?
Show the secret medallion.
Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latena, an Albinauric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier.
Okay.
I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute. I hope that you will forgive me.
Yeah, so she has to be talking about Gideon, right? Because, I mean, who else could she be upset with? And the only other tarnished, all-hearing, it's got to be that guy. And it seems like he found her because she told him that she didn't have the other half. And she lost some other half of her. Now she's holding this wolf. It's a slumbering wolf. So I don't know, is she talking about the wolf? Is she talking about the albus? Like, I don't know, or something else. There's some other thing that she's mentioning here.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service? I must go back. There is something I must do. Even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Mikkela's Halig tree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half.
Okay. Alright, let's hear the request.
Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erd Tree.
Really far away.
In Castle Sol, on the mountain tops of the giants. Accessible by the Grand Lift of Rold.
Alright, we've heard of Castle Sol thanks to the Ice Rime Axe, which was a gift to Rya or the Carrion family, somebody, and it's from Castle Sol. Don't have the axe apparently.
Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
And then she fades away, and now we have Ashes.
Call upon me when needed, and I will fight at your side.
Alright, now she's a set of ashes for us. This is a pretty big wolf. This is not the same type of wolf we've seen before most of the time. They're not quite like this. This one's got some like longer, shaggier fur and stuff. So she made a big, long journey. So I wonder, right? So there's this Bloodhound Knight right outside of this. I don't think that guy would have been working for Gideon, because if he was, then he wouldn't have like said like, oh, she's like, maybe that's how he kind of knew where she was at. But if he really knew where she was at, like, he would have told us more, or he wouldn't have even told us at all because he would have like tried to do it himself, right? So I don't necessarily think that Bloodhound Knight was working for Gideon. Now I think it's possible he could have been working for Gideon, but I think it's also very possible that it was protecting her maybe. And so it was like an obstacle between us and, you know, her getting to the medallion, an obstacle between Gideon and her. And definitely because he doesn't fit in with this cave at all, right? He doesn't fit in with the standard denizens. You have the freaking demi-humans up at the top, and then these crystal snake snail things there as well. So here's her ash. Used to summon Spirit of Latina, the Albinauric, a rare case of one who chose to become a spirit voluntarily. So I guess you can actively choose to become a spirit. Latina was renowned as a deft magic archer, but having lost her beloved wolf companion Lobo, she cannot move from the place where she was summoned. So if you summon her, she just can't really move. I also wonder too, right? So we have seen another person, and that was somebody in here, like a body that looked like her. So I wonder, like she said, they made some big long journey. Hopefully it was not done in vain. So I wonder if like maybe there were two of them. Maybe she was traveling with another one. And then something happened to her friend. Maybe they were attacked by Gideon and stuff, and they died. And then those other Albinaurics moved her, and you know, because they were like, oh, it's an Albinauric like them. Maybe. That was only like 10 minutes. That was a pretty quick one. I almost wish I tied it in with the previous one and done a whole full connection there. So instead, we're gonna go check out this tower right here. So this is the converted tower. Now, a lot of these towers tend to have like names. I haven't really like gone through and like shown them. But like there's a one right here, Eurydice's Rise. And they typically have some kind of puzzle. You get in there, and then there's a memory stone. Like, so they have ties in with the sorcerers. But when we go in this one, it's called the Converted Tower, and we find that there is a statue of Marika, which would sort of explain the Converted Tower, because Marika doesn't necessarily have anything to do with sorceries, right? That would have done more was Ranala and the Academy, crystals, what is the statue here, whatever they have going on, right? So, yeah, that would explain that. And then we got Cuckoo Glintstone. So maybe there was some Cuckoo guy and he got kind of like converted over into the Golden Order. I don't know. But we read this and it says erudition guide thee. And we got something like that. We got that from Tops after we'd helped him. It was a little gesture we could use. So we're going to go ahead and swap it over and we'll see what it does. Nothing happens. But if we wear helmet, and actually I don't remember if it's only the Twin Sage helmet that does it or if it's you know, any of the crystal helmets, but that is the secret to this puzzle. And if I could get my character to stop freaking drifting, set it up, and then what do? Wow, and now we're glowing. Look at that. And look, there's an illusory ladder now. In the treasure chest, we find it's a memory stone, of course. So I guess that's really it. For some reason, I was thinking, you know, I think I'm mixing in a different tower somewhere else. Yeah. So nothing super amazing there. Still got more time. We could do this, or I can make it super short. Here's an idea. It's going to be some more NPCs we're going to meet. All right.
Hello.
Oh, there it is. Hello.
Hello. Please. Over here.
Hello. Oh, look at this person. So, woman, she's all hunched over. Robes. The robes remind me of Kenneth Height a little bit. You know, nice kind of little design on it, I guess. Pale.
Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it?
Yeah.
My mistress sent me off on an errand.
Okay.
But I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished. If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Just down the way. Just right over there. Yeah, I spent a while trying to find this originally. Like, it took me a long time. Because it's like just down the way. What does that even mean? It's right over here. But we're going to wander around a little bit. Because look, we see there's a campfire right there. So let's go check that out. Maybe that's what she's talking about. It's just down the way, right? Stupid land octopus there. But, you know, we can deal with that pretty easy. They're pretty susceptible to bleed, actually, if I remember right. Let's see. Blood rose here, too, actually. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, granted, we've got on, you know, the blood flame and stuff, too. That's, like, really cranking it up. But, yeah, these guys, bleed works pretty good against them. And then a big, strong R2 into their face. And who do we find? It's Patches the Untethered. So is this the thug ruffian she's talking about, right? Like, she, you know, we find him before hanging out with bandits and stuff. He tries to take us out. Yeah, what does he have to say?
Oh, well, it's been a long while. It's me, Patches the Untethered.
Yeah.
I'm still in business, if you can believe it. Now I'm my only supplier, so I haven't got much. But everything here is top notch.
All right.
Patches Emporium, now open in Rya Lucaria.
All right. Anything new? He's got a couple new things. Parrying dagger, the S-stock, I feel like are new, along with some of these like arrow things, I think. Maybe. Speaking of,
By the way, have you met that girl Rya?
I did.
She's a strange one, but I believe she was in need of help. Not that it's any of my business, but if she rings your bell, why not lend her an ear?
Okay, we've already done that. Anything else to say?
You're making your way to the Erd Tree, no? Well, I heard something that might help.
Okay.
Special means of reaching your destination. Have you ever seen an Iron Virgin?
What?
Clunky contraptions are whirlwinds of sickles and spiked
We have
twigs.
seen that.
But long ago, they were endowed with a spell of transposition. And get this, a surviving virgin sits at the bottom of the big water wheel in the Academy of Rya Lucaria. Its transpositional powers fully intact. So right, if you get caught in it on purpose, it'll chuck you out straight at the base of the Erd Tree. Or so I'm told.
Sounds totally good. What you spoke of before?
Great story, isn't it? There's a surviving iron.
Okay. So he seemed a little... It was interesting that he was told us to, like, help out this girl, Rya. Rya the Scout. I like how they added... When the game first released, they didn't have little icons for characters. And so, you know, you wouldn't have, like, some of the names for, like, what, you know, their titles and stuff were. So, for example, you know, like, Rya the Scout, you wouldn't have that. You would just have an empty space. You would just know her name if you talk to her, you know, things like that. We're about to bump into a thing because, of course. Look at that thing come out. What the hell? A Deathbird. I don't think it's susceptible to bleed at all. But look at it. It's a big skeletal bird. It's got these, like, whimsy little wings. It does have, like, arms, so it's not just, like, a bird. It's got this, like, stick thing. It's like a shepherd's crook almost. Like, see how it's got, like, a little hook at the end? Except he's wielding it like a club or a sword. I'm not very good at fighting them. He is called a Deathbird. And the head is like, I mean, it's a skull. Look how it's like super hollowed out too. Yeah, they're gnarly. And like super long neck. And if you actually look, that shout will actually inflict death blight. But look along the top of it, like along his neck, how it's like split open almost, like it's like a big gash. So, I mean, this thing is gnarly. And I wonder what, like, why that would have happened to it. Well, I'm not very good at fighting them because I don't fight them very much. Now, you only find these things at night. Look how much damage the holy damage did. Like that, yeah, that's why I made those couple pots real quick. It's super good against them. Any more? Come on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're all spindly. They're crazy looking. You only find them at night, and they're in a couple places, right? So, what did we find this guy by? We find him by a section of, like, these ruins that maybe fell from the sky. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, you mother. You know, we find him by this section where there's, like, maybe something that fell from the sky, and he's like, whatever. There's another spot in Limgrave where we can find one. Also at night, also around a section of ruins. So maybe there's some kind of tie-in with them being from a temple-y place that's like in the sky. Throw a pot now. Also, if you're not really keen on making a whole bunch of holy pots, put on the Sacred Blade, Ash of War, and look how much damage you can do. He does not like holy damage at all. It's definitely worth it. Oh, except if you miss. I'm like sitting there trying to hit his head. There's all kinds of body parts I can do. Oh, I'll see you later. Look how much easier that was. Now, what's he going to give us, though? Any moment now. Red Feathered Branch Sword. Alright, take a look at that thing. A talisman adorned with red feathers. Once used in ancient death rituals. Raises a attack power when HP is low. The heart sings when one draws close to death. And a glorious end awaits those who cling so tenaciously to life. So it's a pretty neat one. So they've got some kind of tie-in with like maybe ancient death rituals, right? Which, I mean, it's a Deathbird. It inflicts death blight when it does that scream thing. And it only shows up at night. So, I don't know. Interesting. There's a couple more. I'll go collect their items, too, so we can read those descriptions. But we need to go and find Rya's medallion. Because I'm getting a little sidetracked. And now, this episode is going to turn into... This video is going to turn into a rambly freaking... I don't even know what. Boil prawn shack. Light it up. Who do you find?
What are you looking at?
Looking at you. Yeah, you want to go? Give me the necklace. See, he has it.
That necklace what you're after, is it? Well, show me, and I'll consider buying. I'm not in love with him.
Sure.
Shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes.
Alright, so we're going to buy the thing. It is, what's his name? He's a Blackguard. That's just his name right now.
Alright. Take it. Things no damn use to anyone anyway. Your bloody idea, mate.
I don't know why he's like, don't come crying to me later. Like, maybe because we spent runes to go get it or something. I don't know. What's it say, though? It's a necklace stolen from Rya by the Blackguard. Features a relief of a dignified-looking woman from a foreign country. It appears to hold great significance to Rya. What else did he have to say?
Piss off. What is it now? Oh, I see. You want some of me prawn? Freshly cooked it is. All right then. It's yours. If you can meet the price, I could be persuaded to sell you some other bits too. If you've got the runes.
Yeah, let's buy it. Let's get some. About Rya.
Oh. So you met the girl, did you? All right, well, sod the particulars of the matter. But it ain't my fault she's stupid enough to get duped, is it? Anyway, she ain't all right, that one. Lucky she ain't died on the bloody roadside, I reckon.
She's a little strange, I guess, right? Though if you do try and attack her, she's like shielded or something, or she'll just like disappear. There's something odd about it, like you can't just kill her.
You're tarnished too, ain't you?
Oh, he's tarnished. Yep, like Rya said.
The guidance of grace, I mean. I can't see it at all no more. Makes no bloody sense anyway. Why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits up with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time. The Earth Tree, I'm saying.
Right, I would agree. Something seems wrong with it, and I mean, just like he said, like, why did he get called here, right? You know, like he's a no-name. We're a no-name, really. Like, we're no Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing, brilliant gold mask, chieftain of the Badlands. Like, none of these things, right? We're just some dude. Like, he's got a prisoner's mask on. Like, why did he get called? Like, truly, things are desperate if that's what they're trying to get. All right, let's leave.
Never met someone with a taste for prawn I can trust. We'd make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
Spread out. All right, let's take it back to Rya now. Here it is.
Yes. That is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself?
A little bit.
I am Rya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart Tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind.
Except we didn't kill him.
Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this.
Volcano Manor invitation.
Brave Tarnished. Seek the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. Most Tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd Tree. But you are no ordinary Tarnished. And once that is proven, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions.
Okay. Family of champions. All right.
Oh, and one more thing. Only for you, this land of Liurnia is connected to the Altus Plateau by the Grand Lift of Dectus, beyond the High Road. But the lift has been defunct for an age, meaning there's no simple means of passage. Instead, you must seek the old ruins in the cliff. At the base of the valley, near the Grand Lift, there's an old tunnel. It was excavated from both ends, linking Liurnia to the Altus Plateau. I have faith in you. A champion through and through. I do hope that we can meet again.
All right.
Seek the old at the base of the it was I have faith in you. I do
Champion through and through. Yeah, so now we know there's 3 ways up into the Altus Plateau, or to try and reach the Erd Tree. So we know there's some Grand Lift, which is, I mean, if we follow the road, it's probably going to be right here, right? And we need medallion halves, 2 of them, in order to reach it. We have 1, the other one is somewhere in the east in Fort Farath. We haven't been there because that's in Caelid, and we haven't bothered to explore Caelid yet. Now, she does mention, we'll see right here, it's a cave. She mentions there's a cave that will connect the lanes as well. So we could get the medallions and take that path to get up there. We could go through the cave like she recommends and suggests for us to do, or Patches, way down here, has told us that we could go and seek a transposition spell through an Iron Virgin underneath the Academy of Rya Lucaria. So we have like 3 methods of getting there. Now, which one will we do? We're going to do all of them, but you know, it depends on whatever floats your boat, whatever you do first. I think most of the time people are going to take this one because the medallion can be a little rugged to get or whatnot. Well, there we go. Let's read what the Volcano Manor invitation says. And there's a couple things about that place we can kind of infer just from like what we already know. Where is that letter at? There you are. Letter given by Rya as thanks for retrieving her necklace. Brave Tarnish, seek the Altus Plateau in the realm of the Erdtree. Prove yourself by making this journey, and the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions. Now, the Volcano Manor. We know up here in the north, you've got the Altus Plateau, and then the capital of Lanedale to the east, and Mount Gelmir to the west, which was where Rykard resides, and it's like a blasphemous land. And I mean, Mount Gelmir, Volcano Manor, right? There's probably a tie-in there, because like it's not like it's Mount Gelmir is probably going to be at the Erdtree, because why we don't see a volcano type thing at the Erdtree whenever we look at it. There is instead, like if we get at a better angle, you know, a whole mountainous section somewhere over here. So like that is the only place it could be. All right, and there we go, blue feathered branch sword. So we've taken out some more of these Deathbird. So there's a blue feathered one, which is basically the same thing. So this one says it's a little different, right? This one gives us more damage when health is low, and it says a heart sings when close to death, and a glorious end awaits those who cling so tenaciously to life. And this one says a heart sings when one clings close to death, and thus does one cling so tenaciously to life to render up a death worth offering. And then from the one down in the Weeping Peninsula, we got this sacrificial axe, which has like a bird design on it. That's like a big wide beak and a blade, right? It's a hatchet used in ancient sacrificial rite. A death bird is depicted as a malevolent deity. The power of the rite yet lingers. A small amount of FP is restored upon slaying a foe. So, you know, again, all tying into these like ancient rites and kind of like maybe religions of sorts and a malevolent deity. So did they use this to offer it up as like a death rite to the death bird to like appease it of sorts, since it was like a malevolent being, and it does restore stuff to you, so you get things out of it, which maybe kind of ties in with this idea of this, you know, when you cling tenaciously, like you get these like people who struggle at the end of their life, and that's when it's really worth sacrificing. It's because it almost makes it sound like you don't want to sacrifice somebody who's just like willing, right? Because if they just sit there and they do nothing and you just off them immediately, like what is the worth offering in there? With this, it's like when you got one who clings so tenaciously to life, who draw close to death, a glorious end awaits those, you know, like that's when it's like really worth something. Also got a Knight Rider flail, which maybe I'll look at doing. I don't have, it takes 24 dexterity. Maybe not. I kind of want to use it, but I don't really want to do a big dexterity thing. But it has 2 additional bludgeoning heads. It's a weapon of the Knights Cavalry who ride funeral steeds. Large spikes make it highly effective at blood loss, but demands higher dexterity. I'm sorry, one last thing to do before we really end this thing. We go back into this Murkwater Cave where Patches originally was, and we saw there was another chest, and he said like maybe it would be for somebody who was like kind of like worth it in the end, but he's not here anymore. So if we open it up, it's a trap. A transporter trap at that, and he talks to us, you know, about using some transposition enchantment to take us somewhere else. So where is this going to take us? In Limgrave, way out here by a freaking bear. So yeah, an awful thing for somebody who was maybe just a little too curious and is not quite prepared to deal with a friggin' bear. Did that actually get the bear? I don't think that poison reached him at all. I was really hoping that I would poison the bear, because I thought that would be fun, but I guess not. That's gonna be it. We're going to call it there. It's 2 very rambly stretch of video there. Unfortunately, not a lot of it super tied together. The section we did ties in really well with the Albinauric village over here, but like that I felt like also tied in here. There's a lot of things that all kind of tie in together. But that'll be it for this one. I think on the next one, what we're going to do is try and help out Hyetta some more. Light Seeker Hyetta. We need to find some more grapes for her. Grapes. But until that one, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, things to check out, all that stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Until the next one, take care.